Alright, here's another quick update. I'll try to keep this brief. So this is pulled out because I was starting to get some surface rust on it, which I didn't care for since it's brand new. So I went ahead and Scotch-Brighted it and threw some, that shit called picklex. Threw some picklex on it because you can weld through it, and they say it even improves the weld quality. But it goes kind of like Ospo, where it'll take a little bit of the surface rust off if there's any left, and then it leaves a thin coating on it. And I have used it and tested it, and the shit works. You can coat this and it looks like there's nothing on it, and it will not rust as long as you didn't get any kind of oil on it. As long as you wax and grease removed it good, and you actually put a good coat over it and then let it sit for a second and wipe it clean, it leaves like a microfilm coating on it and it will not rust. Shit's awesome. It's expensive as hell though. That's the downside. But this is cured up. I can just kind of lift this so you can see how beautiful it turned out. Oh, it's so pretty. Anyways, that's just kind of laid in place right now. Went ahead and cleaned up my welds inside of here. Re-welded this little doodad that the rear window mounts to. I had to pop it loose over here whenever I ran a strap over my rockers. So welded it back, recoated it after I ground the welds down some. Put my quarter back on. Remembered how much of a pain this quarter is going to be. I have to take some off up here where I marked. This bottom, see if you can see it, is yeah. It's a little long or something. I don't think I can really come up any. It's right now it's at this little lip here, so that this section could raise just a hair, but back here this can't really come up a whole lot from where it was before. This can, that'll push in some. Yeah, I was originally wondering if like this angle needed to be just one continuous, but on the other side it comes and then graduates out. But I've got it tech screwed back in place again. And oh yeah, welded a bunch of the floor pans some more. So I went ahead and welded the back sides all around here. Welded there. Haven't done all that side because I have a bunch of big spot holes that I drilled out with a unibit previously because the floor pan was pissing me off and I just unibitted the shit out of it. So I'm gonna weld those from the underside. Also, right here you notice there's no welds. There's you probably can't see it, but there's a big gap there. Let's see. Yeah, I can pretty much almost get my finger in there. But it's pretty hefty gap. What I think I'm gonna do on the underside is slit the seam this way and then bring it up, and then I'll weld the seam back to the floor. But that's all I got done today, was just some more welding in the back, finishing up that side over there, and then I went ahead and threw up some epoxy on some areas and then rust encapsulator on some others where I couldn't get all of it perfectly clean to bare metal. I don't know if anybody uses one of these Lincolns. It's a ProMig 140. Originally the floor is like 16 gauge I think, and it had me set at 2.5 wire speed and on C. I kept having a problem where the welds were filling, and then after a little while me moving around the floor pan, I hear them pop loose from the underneath, mainly on like the torque box on the stick metal. Some of the ones on this rocker, but all the ones on the floor to floor weld fine because they're same gauge. But I bumped my heat up one notch and turned my wire speed up a hair, and it seemed to do better. It took me 3 times to get this one right here. It was a bitch. For whatever reason, it would not stick. I mean, I drilled about a 1/4 inch hole, and I just say this is the hole in the floor pan, and I'm welding straight to the torque box. I'd start my bead right in the middle and just let it puddle out to the sides, and it'd still pop loose. Like, I don't know. I just was sinking heat into it, and it still wouldn't stick. But I don't know if anybody else had issues like that, so hopefully I won't. I'm running 0.025 wire right now for this thin ass sheet metal because I kept having problems burning through on sections where I had And you can't see, but I had a hole from a self-tapper, so I didn't have a backing to weld to. And the same thing for like the sheet metal back here. Not so much on the rocker. The rocker, it's actually, I was able to hit it at an angle, hit the hole at an angle and fill in from the hole, the wall of the rocker or whatever. And it welded up fine. But I'm not really sure where I'm gonna pick up when I come back out. I guess on these frame rails, since I got this readied up, I'll start maybe welding these supports here in the torque box to, and of course my phone stopped recording again. But I'll probably weld those firewall to torque box pieces next, get those readied, and then move to the frames, I guess. Frames to floor supports. I'm not sure if I want to weld the floor supports yet to the floor. I drilled out the holes for it, but since I have to spread this rocker, and right now I have the rocker welded now so it'll pull the floor with it, I'm thinking these holes will be off a little bit. I'm thinking it's going to stretch that tunnel out some, because I had to spread this rocker away from the frame to get that torque box in. So I'm thinking what'll happen is the rocker will spread, it'll pull that floor, and that hump will kind of spread out with it. I'll take those self-tappers out of the tunnel support first, so none of those are holding it, but once I get the torque box in, then I'll weld the floor supports. But I don't want any of that holding it up. But I think that's all I've done for today. Doctor, what are you doing, girl? Being nosy. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll pick back up again maybe tomorrow some, and I'll probably get an update later this week. But thanks for watching, guys. If you like the videos, hit the like button. I don't know if it really does anything, but I guess it makes me feel good. And subscribe if you want to keep the updates going. All right.